A lot of players in sports think they don't have confidence, but they do. They just have more confidence in the fact that they will fail than confidence that they have that they will succeed. So how do you, like Bronny has done, shift yourself from having more confidence in that you will fail to now having more confidence in that you will succeed? The key is knowledge. And in basketball, that translates to your ability to make the right reads. And Bronny has been learning how to do exactly that. So on this first play, I want you to watch just one thing, which is Goodwin, his hand. So as he goes to set Bronny the screen, he taps the hip of 13, and what that does, it makes him think that he's going to set a screen. So as a defender, he gets stagnant, he gets stationary, stuck in the mud. So Bronny, understanding that, and also second, understanding that that left wing is now open because Shake Milton also hasn't slid all the way up to cover up that space. He attacks hard left, and once he gets to the paint, he sees Giannis sitting right there on that left side. So what does Bronny do? Cut back right, and he floats over the top. Another key to confidence is proper preparation. And so as a guard in today's game, you must prepare to be able to play on the spot up. So on this possession, after Connect turns the ball over, 13 comes down, gets an easy 2 on the fast break, but now the Lakers come right back down quick. And as they bring the ball back down, the Bucks aren't set on defense. Connect gets it on the wing, swings it to Bronny. Bronny catches, rips immediately, sees Lopez step over it because he's a shot blocker and decides to float it instead of trying to get a lay or any contact finish. So as a guard, understand this about basketball. It is 50% offense and 50% defense, and only one basketball that goes around the clock. And so that means only about 10% of the entire basketball game you will have the ball in your hands, because on average you have 5 teammates, which means 20%. Cut that in half again, 10%. So what is the other 40% of offense when you don't have the ball in your hands on average? That is when you have the ball out of your hands and you're playing off the ball. So now you must learn how to become a threat on the spot up so that the second you get the ball, you can take advantage of a defense who's out of position and be able to attack players, whether it's ripping, get into the paint, finishing at the rim, get into your floats, get into your mid-range, or catching and shooting. So working on that 40% of the game is going to be a lot better for your growth in your future than working on that 10% when you want the ball in your hands. When you are now the player with the ball in your hands and you're running an action, specifically a pick and roll, the key is patience so you can get your angles. So when Bronny gets us on the left side, he goes towards that middle. Goodwin's defender switches onto him, 13, and now Bronny has a screen from Alex Len prepared. But what Bronny does is that he doesn't get his switch and then immediately use that screen. He understands that the angle of his defender is preventing him from being able to use that screen, because you can see that he's leading Bronny to that left side. So what does Bronny do? Hit a tween to that left and forces his defender to square him up. Now what this is going to allow Bronny to now get into is to use that screen where his defender gets hit, and on that other side he has open space because Brook Lopez plays drop coverages. So now Bronny's able to pull up, see no hand, and get his bucket straight off of patience, and then allowed him to get his angles and got him to space. Like I mentioned earlier, the key to more confidence is having more knowledge, because having more knowledge will allow you to make the right reads. But the thing about basketball, the difficult thing is not making the read. It's programming your mind in real game speed so now you could actually make the read. So on this play by Bronny, realize what he's doing with his head. Pay attention to his eyes, right? And so when he realizes the ball's coming his way and he's going to have possession, he's already looking down the floor before the ball is even in his hands. He understands the fact that early shot clock opportunities, transition opportunities are the best opportunities because the defense is not back. And so now Bronny's already looking down, sees more slip behind the defense. He throws out over the top, and now they're able to get that too. So the only way as to which you could allow these bits of knowledge, these reads, to now become instinct is meditating on it. And any time as to which you don't do it, you reflect, and now you correct yourself the next time you go and play. Have you been looking for the best products to enhance your recovery? Great thing this video is sponsored by Thread Performance. Thread Performance is a sports nutrition brand made specifically for growing athletes, meaning it's safe, effective, and designed for your body's growth and performance. Thread Performance is available in 3 products, with each of them having their own specific benefits. The first one is Daily Strength, which focuses on building muscle and faster recovery. The second one is Daily Edge, which focuses on boosting endurance and your focus. And the last one is the hero product, which is what I have in hand, which is the Daily Fuel, the all-in-one performance nutrition product. And the best thing about this is that you can mix it with anything. You can use it plainly as a protein shake. You can put it in your oatmeal. You can put it in your pancake batter. You can put it in your smoothie. You can put it in anything because it's very easy to mix. So if you're tired of being weak, slow, and hurt and want to be strong, fast, and healthy, make sure you go hit the link below, click it, and use my code DOR10 to be able to get 10% off of your purchase. That's right, DOR10 to be able to get 10% off of your purchase. With about 40 seconds left in the second quarter and half the time cut off on the shot clock, you'll think the last thing that Bronny would do would be to isolate the best player on the other team. But what does confidence allow you to do? To understand the fact that it's about matchups and it's not about accolades. So when Bronny ends up getting the screen from Morris, he now has Giannis in an isolation. And through his repetition, through the amount of things that he's seen himself do that were proper, that were correct in the time that he's put in, he is now on an isolation against Giannis, is able to create his angles, have a great lane at the rim, but unfortunately, the ball slips out of his hands. He could have had a great kick out that could have been a shot, or a kick out in a swing that could have been a hockey assist, but ball slipped out. Nonetheless, the fact that Bronny attacked Giannis shows how much his confidence has grown in his time from when he entered the league and then now playing in the G League and now having a chance to play in the actual league. One small detail that stops y'all from being able to play with confidence and make the right reads is where you put your attention and focus. So when Bronny gets this pitch off this cross screen by Len, his eyes aren't just focused on Milton and giving the ball right back on a handoff to run the set and being a robot. His eyes are down the middle, using his peripheral to be able to see all angles of the floor. And so by seeing out this left side, he's able to now see a gap because 13 is caught up with that cross screen by Len. And so what does this tell Bronny? He has room to attack because there's no defender on that right wing. They don't help strong side corner, so Giannis won't help over. So Bronny throws the ball out, beats 13 around that corner, and gets that lay at the rim. One of the most common reasons why you lose confidence is because of your mistakes. And so on this play, Bronny goes right, and when he makes that tween, the ball dribbles off his foot. A lot of y'all in that situation would shy away from now creating off the dribble because you made a play that you felt was embarrassing. But what does the word of God say? Isaiah 54:4 says, "Do not be afraid, you will not be put to shame. Do not fear disgrace, you will not be humiliated." One thing you must understand about that scripture, it says do not, which means this is a command from God. So what should you do now going into the next possessions? You go back and you make sure you make a play on the other side by giving your best effort. And now notice how Bronny continuously attacks and doesn't put himself to shame nor feel humiliated despite the fact of dribbling the ball off his own foot. 30 seconds later off a timeout, Bronny's not going to stop his aggression. So after initiating the pass, he sets a down screen for Gabe Vincent. Then he gets a re-screen from Vincent, has a double down screen going up. Now on this catch, AJ Green plugs in. So what does Bronny do? He's not going to be scared to put the ball down and now cuts back to his right side. Giannis continuously drops and he just pulls up for that midi and he knocks it down. Another set by the Lakers here in the fourth quarter. So Bronny throws the ball to Len, gets into a chase action, pitches the ball back to Jamison. Off that handoff, Connect gets it, he attacks, pinches in, Bronny gets a catch, and now he's on the wing. So now is he going to be passive or is he going to be aggressive? Connect now comes up to set a screen, and Bronny makes the read that Connect's defender is now up on the switch. So what does Bronny do? Stop back right there in space, knock it down from 3. The next offensive possession down, Bronny gets an outlet in transition, but watch his head the whole time. His eyes remain up, and this allows him to be able to see the defense and see who's going to pick up on me. And by the time he gets to the three-point line, nobody does because the defense lacked communication. So what can Bronny now do? Attack the paint because nobody's in front of him, and now he's able to get that lefty lay right there at the rim. So what's the key to having more confidence? More knowledge. Because a vast majority of hoopers already have the physical capacity and skill, but they don't have the mental bandwidth and the IQ to pair with it, so now they can actually get in-game results. So if you want to get in-game results, take your scoring average from 5 to 20 to 25 a game by unlocking the mental side of the game. Make sure you go to the school community, join, where I'll be dropping exclusive breakdowns multiple times a week to help you be able to unlock your mental part of the game, and so you can actually see real results. So if you want to actually get better, ask yourself this question: discipline or regret? You choose.